The Girl in the Box, 7 years of silence and survival. She was 20 years old, bright-eyed, free-spirited, and hitchhiking toward a friend's birthday party. But what began as an act of youthful spontaneity turned into a nightmare that would last 7 long years. Locked in silence, buried beneath a stranger's house, in a box. This is the harrowing, true story of Colleen Stan, the Girl in the Box. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment what you think about this chilling case. Turn on your notifications for more real-life stories that shock the world. It was May 19, 1977. Colleen Stan was just 20 years old, hitchhiking her way from Eugene, Oregon, to a birthday celebration in Northern California. Confident and independent, she had done this before. She turned down 2 rides until a blue Dodge Colt pulled up beside her, driven by a soft-spoken man with his wife and baby in the car. That made her feel safe. Their names? Cameron and Janice Hooker. Colleen accepted the ride. Within minutes, she felt the shift in atmosphere. Something about Cameron's demeanor was off. But it wasn't until they stopped at a gas station and she went to the restroom that a warning rang loud in her head. A voice inside told her, "Run." But she didn't. She returned to the car. Minutes later, Cameron pulled off the highway, deep into the woods. There, he pulled a knife on her, blindfolded her, and placed a strange wooden contraption over her head. A box. Heavy, suffocating, locked. This was just the beginning. Colleen woke up to complete darkness, bound and gagged, stuffed inside a coffin-like box beneath the Hookers' waterbed in their home in Red Bluff, California. For 23 hours a day, for years, she was confined to this space, 4 feet long, 3 feet wide, 2 feet high. No light, no sound. Cameron Hooker didn't just want a prisoner. He wanted a slave. He beat her, starved her, manipulated her. But his most terrifying weapon? Psychological control. He told her of a fictional organization called the Company, a global, secretive syndicate that watched everything. If she tried to escape, the Company would find her, torture her family, and kill them all. It was a lie, but a convincing one. So Colleen obeyed. Cameron allowed Colleen out of the box occasionally. He made her sign a slave contract. He gave her a new name, Kay. She had no identity. She cleaned, cooked, took care of his child, even slept chained to the bed. His wife, Janice, eerily complicit, watched it all unfold. Over time, Colleen was allowed small freedoms, gardening, walking outside, but always under threat. She even visited her family once, and they noticed the change. But Colleen, too scared, told them nothing. It wasn't until 1984, 7 years after her abduction, that Janice began to unravel. She had a crisis of conscience. Cameron wanted to take a second slave, and that was her breaking point. Janice confessed everything to her pastor, and finally to Colleen. Janice told Colleen the truth. There was no company. It was all Cameron's invention. And on August 9th, 1984, Colleen walked away. Free, but forever changed. She didn't report him immediately. She was traumatized, still under his psychological grip. But months later, Janice turned him in. In court, Colleen testified for hours. Brave, strong, resilient. Cameron Hooker was sentenced to 104 years in prison. Janice, in exchange for her testimony, received immunity. A bitter pill, but one that helped put a monster behind bars. Colleen Stan's story is one of survival, manipulation, and unspeakable endurance. She rebuilt her life, became an advocate, found strength in sharing her voice after 7 years of enforced silence. Her case shocked the nation. Books were written, documentaries filmed. Yet it remains a haunting reminder that monsters don't always hide in shadows. They can drive family cars, wear wedding rings, and smile at strangers. How did she survive? How did her mind endure what the body could barely tolerate? And what does her strength teach us about the will to live, even in the darkest of places? Tell us in the comments, what would you have done in Colleen's place? Like, subscribe, and turn on the bell to never miss a real case that will chill you to the bone.